So here are some signs that your nursing job just might be toxic. Stick around for the biggest signs, which I left those for last. Hey everyone, Nursing to Nurture here. So today I wanted to talk about some signs that your nursing job just might be toxic. So throughout my nursing career, I've had 2 jobs that I would consider to be toxic. One job was on a step-down unit. The nurse-to-patient ratio was so overwhelming that it made it hard for me to even do my job properly. Now the other job had toxic coworkers, toxic management, gaslighting, workplace discrimination. I mean, everything that could possibly be wrong with the job was wrong with this job. Now, I want you guys to understand that toxic jobs can interfere with your mental health, your physical health, and even your workplace performance. So let's just jump right in. Let's just get into it. So sign number 1 that your nursing job just may be toxic is if you dread going to work. Now listen, I know everyone, or almost everyone, dreads going to work the next day, but listen, this is not your normal dread. This is a weary, depressive dread. So much so, you're always calling out. You get to work, sit in your car, look at your job, and find yourself contemplating if you even want to go in or not. Yep, trust me, it's toxic in there. So studies have shown that workplace stress and burnout can lead to the same symptoms as clinical depression. This includes hopelessness, fatigue, lack of motivation, or even feeling discouraged. So if you guys are experiencing these symptoms or feeling that depressive dread before you go into work, do not think you're being lazy. Do not think you are being weak. This is just your brain's way of letting you know that something is wrong. So we also have constant mistakes and medication errors. When you're at work, do you find yourself frequently making med errors or mistakes? So increased errors are often due to cognitive overload and chronic stress. This cognitive overload and stress can actually interfere with your brain's ability to plan care, focus, remember, and multitask. So if you have been a nurse for some time and you've always practiced safely, but the moment you start working at this new job, you find yourself frequently making mistakes and medication errors, it may be time for you to reflect on the type of environment that you're working in, because your new job just might be a toxic work environment. So next, this one is sort of interesting. Paranoia or constantly feeling targeted by your coworkers. There's a reason behind this. When you are constantly experiencing hostility, passive aggressiveness, or even if you've experienced being sabotaged by your coworkers, this creates something in the brain called hypervigilance. So this hypervigilance is actually a trauma response, where your nervous system is always on high alert. Now, there are different reasons why you may be targeted by your coworkers. It could be discrimination based on age or race. They could be envious of you. They could be jealous of you because of your charisma, because of your appearance. But if they are envious of you, just understand that they have their own insecurities that they need to straighten out. And the more simple way to say it, it could just simply be that the person is miserable or unhappy because of things that happen to them in their personal life. Everybody handles things differently. I'm not saying that that's an excuse to come to work and treat people badly, but unfortunately, a lot of people do not have the mental or emotional capacity to leave their problems at home when they come to work. But I'm saying all of this to say, if you feel like your coworkers are out to get you, trying to sabotage you, or if they are harassing you, you're not crazy. You're not overthinking. You are likely experiencing something or have experienced something by those said coworkers called workplace bullying or lateral violence, which has created that hypervigilance or that feeling of always being on guard around your coworkers. And I would say if you are experiencing incidents where your coworkers are sabotaging you or harassing you, it's okay to leave a job. Because for so long I was thinking I don't want them to feel like they ran me away, but listen, energy rubs off. Any coworker that will purposely come to work and be mean to another nurse or another coworker knowing that they have to actually care for lives and could probably disrupt their peace, their energy, or their way to function properly is actually a very mean and devious person. And you need to protect your peace of mind. You need to protect your energy, because there is nobody worth making you stay at a job that you know is not good for your mental health, your physical health, or for your energy. So if you are experiencing this, I need you to run. And don't look back. Not unless you want to look 60 by the time you're 25. Now, we already know that working at a toxic job can take a huge toll on your mental health. We understand that. But people don't really talk about how some toxic jobs can actually interfere with your physical health as well. So let's talk about stress-related illness. Always getting sick at work. Now, we understand as nurses, we're on the front line and we are exposed to so many infectious and contagious diseases. I'm not talking about that. This is when you're fine before you leave out for work. You feel perfectly healthy, perfectly normal. But a couple of hours into your shift, you find yourself feeling sick. You may start to experience symptoms such as headache, an upset stomach, diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. But this is the thing, once you get home, you feel fine. This means that your stress levels are so high at work that it's causing you physical discomfort. Now, understand that psychological stress can sometimes manifest or often manifest as GI symptoms. Cortisol, which is our stress hormone, increases every time we experience high levels of stress. So when cortisol is high, this can lead to digestive issues, immune responses, or even headaches or migraines. So if you start feeling sick the moment that you clock into work, that is not a coincidence. That is your body alarming you that something is wrong with the environment that you're in. Now, keep in mind that signs of a toxic job may go way beyond the signs that I've mentioned in this video. These are just a few things that I've experienced, and I wanted to share them with my subscribers just in case there may be somebody out there going through the same thing. If you are experiencing any of these signs, you need to run away from that job and do not look back. I don't care how good the pay is. I don't care how good the benefits are. No job is worth your peace of mind. If the job is breaking you down, stressing you out, or draining you, you need to leave. If any of these signs show up in your nursing job, whether you be a nurse or a CNA, please take them seriously. You're not being dramatic, you're not being weak, and you are not alone. There are so many other nurses and CNAs going through the same thing. Toxic workplaces are real and they can take a toll on your mental and physical health. And if you work around coworkers that are constantly trying to sabotage you, they may sabotage you in a way that could cost you your license. So listen to your body, protect your peace. And if you've ever dealt with a toxic nursing job, or if you are dealing with one now, please drop your story down below in the comment section. Alright guys, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Remember to never give up, and as always, thanks for watching.